Hi there, Vicky here. On today's Craft Artist tutorial I'm going to show you how to design these 3 cards. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to download this ripped file PNG. So I'm just going to put these 3 cards to the side. And then select all and delete. So what we need to do now, we need to go and download this PNG. So first of all, in your search bar in Chrome or whatever it is you use, type in PNG, then wing, and then click enter. And this is the first one that appears every time. Well, you don't want that one. If you scroll further down, this one here on the left is the one you want. So click on it, then scroll a bit further down, and where it says download this PNG, click on that. Now it says here click alphabets in order and download PNG, so click on that, and then it'll give you a code here to click onto. So you click on OT5 and the letter E, and then it will download. So I'm downloading it to a folder called Torn Paper Effects. So I'm going to, just because I've got all these here, that's number 5, that's number 7, that's number 8, I think I've got number 9 somewhere. I'll just put 10 in. So I tried to change the name, and I changed it from a Paint Shop Pro image to all files, and I just couldn't find them anywhere. So just leave them as is, don't try to rename them or anything, but put a number in for each one you download. So once you've done that, let's go back onto Paint Shop Pro. Once you've done that, click Save. So now we can minimise this page. So go back to your Craft Artist, and then up here on the left hand side you want to go to Photo. Click on Photo, scroll down and click on Add. So I need to now find my file called Torn Paper Effects. And this is why I do so many takes. Torn Paper Effects. And then, as you can see, I've downloaded them 3 times. So, oh dear, me alarm. Sorry about that, folks. This is raw. This is live. So, double click on that. And then drag that onto your page. Okay. And then we'll stretch it out. Now this is, if I remember, it's half of an A4, which is an A5 folded, let me drag it over here, A5 folded in half, but horizontally. Okay, so click OK. So just stretch it. You want to leave a bit of a gap, and then I stretched it here. Not quite to the end, because you want that effect. Now before we go any further, what you need to do, you need to cut this out. So go to your pen tool and then just magnify it, and then I'm going to click on pen tool again, and I'm going to click and draw, include the shadowing when you click it on. You can do it around the bottom. You can leave the shadow in at the top, but it doesn't matter about this shadowing, because we're going to put our own shadow in. I'll tell you why we need to do this, is because when I did the flower card and put the image on the top, this actually disappeared. So this is why you need to cut this out. There we go. So now minimize your page, or take it back to normal size, and then, in fact, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So go to Select Tool. Now this is where I'm stuck for words. Now select it all, there you go, and I think it's Combine. No, it's not. I think it might be intersect. Ah, there it is. There we go, intersect. I knew I'd get it wrong. So go back to embellishments and drag and drop it in so you don't lose it. Okay, so we don't need that anymore at the minute, so delete that. So right, go back into photos and drag it on again. In fact, if you want, drag and drop it onto embellishments. So I'm going to resize all that again. Doesn't matter if this doesn't fit it exact, because you can always, you know, oh, it does fit exact actually, that's quite good, because you can always resize it, so don't worry about that. So now what you want to do, I'm going to put it where the photo's just underneath. So grab your photo, resize it to the size of the actual PNG itself, not to the paper underneath. And it doesn't matter if you stretch it a little, like I did, nobody's going to know. And then I flipped it. So go to the Arrange tab at the bottom of your page on the right hand side and flip it. And then take it back. Now you can adjust it if you want. In fact, I might make it a little bit smaller. You see, what I did on this one, it's better on that one, is because this was stretched out more. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to change the paper size on this. So go back into, oops, cancel. So go back into page setup, and I made it a 6x6 card. Go onto your scrap pages and click on 6x6, then click OK. And then I stretched it out, that's what I did. But obviously you can find a better image that will go in it. So let me just squish it again. There we go. So that's what I did for that one. Obviously there's too much up here, so you can actually chop that down. So what I'm going to do, I will chop it down. I'm going to go to Tools, Convert to Picture, and click OK. And then I'm going to Crop Tool. So I'm going to crop it. I should have done this beforehand, but you're getting it raw. You're getting all this commentary raw. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back, or should I say page setup. I'm going to go to A5 folder again. I should have done that before really. So grab them both, just group them together temporarily. And stretch it a little bit. So I'm going to ungroup them because as you can see it's showing at the bottom. So I'll go to Layers tab, make sure I'm actually on that one, and then just drag it up like so. Make sure all the, oh, I can see a little bit here, make sure it's grabbed again. If you go on here in your Layers tab and you actually click on the image you want to alter, it's a lot better than trying to grab, you know, grab them at the same time here, because if I like wanted to grab this photo, sorry, I'd end up keep grabbing that. So for me it's easier to go into your Layers tab, click on your layer, layer 1, and then click on that one, and then click on that one again, you know, the actual photo you need to, or item you need to change. Just a bit of a tip for you there. So that's all I did for that one, and then I just put a sentiment underneath, and I can't remember what it's called. Know that you're not alone. Yes, that's the one. So I'll put Know that you're not alone. Now you can change the colour of this if you want. So hoping my colour picker tool behaves today, because it hasn't been, and I'm just gonna colour that in. You don't have to colour it in, but you know, it's entirely up to you. Anyway, that's number 1. So we will go to the bottom, and then we can't insert pages, can we, because it's a card. Anyway, never mind. So now I'm going to show you how to do this one. So it's the same principle as we did before. So where we take it underneath and what have you. But this time all you do is fade this out. So you fade this top bit out here. Let me show you. It's easy if I show you, isn't it? I'll delete that. So grab this one here, like so. Bring this on board, stretch it out from corner to corner. Doesn't matter if it's got a little bit of stretch. Take it backwards, and then on here, the Rip Torn PNG, go to your transparency tool under the colour tab and just take it down slightly. But the curl that you cut out, just drag and drop it on top, like so. So that's how I did that effect, and then I put my sentiment. Oh, let me just make sure the photo fits underneath. Okay, so that's how I did that effect. Quite simple when you know how. So for the final one, I did the opposite. So let me just select all and delete. So for this one, it was a little bit more involved, shall we say. So what I'm going to do is going to show you how to do this one. So I'm going to delete that. So this time, drag this on your page, go to Tools, go to Convert Picture, click OK, and then Convert to Curves. Now you can go down here to Convert to Curves, which I always do, or go back into Tools and you've got Convert to Curves under Convert to Picture. So either way is fine, so click on Convert to Curves. Now I'm just going to put that off to the side a minute, and then I'm going to bring my photo on that I used. So do the same with this photo. Click on Tools, click on Convert to Picture, click OK, click on Convert to Curves. So I'm just going to slightly make the page smaller, and then get this in situ, so where you want it, like so. Now click on your photo that you want to use on this. Ooh, silly me. Click on your photo and then go to your Format Painter tool and drag and drop, and there we go. Now I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Now as you will see, that curl has disappeared, and that is why we cut it out. So grab your curl that you cut out previously, stick it on there, and if you want to stick it on there, attach it, whatever. I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow on, so I'm going to drag it down a little bit like so. You can blur it if you want. Go to your blur up here and just add a little bit of blur. It just makes it a little bit softer. And then, oops, let me delete that. Maximize your page so you can see the soft blur there. And then what I did, or I should have done first, is go to your shape tool up here, draw a rectangle across your page. Doesn't matter which order you do it in really, and then colour it, and then centre the back. Okay, now if you want to find the colours, I will show you on a different video how to generate a palette. I'm sure a lot of you know how to do it, but I'll show you anyway. But for this video today, I'm just going to pick a colour up. So just let me select tool. I'm going to pick a colour up from here, and I'm going to pink. And then what I'm going to do now is, now here you can change that colour if you want to pink, but it makes it go flat. So to avoid it going flat, go to Tools, Convert to Picture, click OK. Now change it pink, and then you still get the definition of the curling, or the detail of the curl. Okay. And then what you can do, in fact, if you want to put a bit of texture on the paper underneath, this is what I always do to put texture on. So I'm just going to move these two out of the way. So hold your curl down, hold your photo down, and just group them while holding shift down, should I say. So let me undo that again for you. I apologise. So while holding the curl down, while clicking on the curl, hold shift down and then click on the photo. Then it highlights them both, then group. So what I always do to get a bit of texture on my paper, I always, put a rectangular piece of paper on my page. Then I go to Tools and I Convert to Picture and click OK. Otherwise it won't let you take it into Photolab if you don't do that. You've always got to turn something into a picture, convert to picture, or you can't change it up, if you know what I mean. So go to Photolab. Sorry, I'm waffling again. And it opens on my other screen, so I'll bring it across. No, that's not what I wanted. I'm still on this one. Come on, Mickey. What are you messing about at? So choose your rectangular piece of paper. Convert to picture. Click OK. And while it's still highlighted, go to Photolab. And what I always do to put a texture on the background is I just click on Oil on Canvas in the left-hand side pane, and then once it's changed it, I click OK. Just adds a little bit of depth to your page, or what's the other word I'm looking for? Texture. That's the word I'm looking for. And when it's changed it, click OK, click yes. Okay, so bring that back on board. I mean, you don't have to put a texture on it, you can just leave it plain if you want. Now, as you will see, when you converted it to pictures and curves, the shadowing went. So don't worry about that. So highlight it, go to the shadow tool, and then just drag it down slightly there. Click OK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type my sentiment in now. Go to my font. So a lot of people, I've noticed, they click there with the font and then they enlarge it. Well, what you do is, if you click your font and hold your mouse button down and drag, it will resize it automatically to whatever size you want. So I'm just going to put in happy birthday, and then I'm going to change the font. So let's change it to a really nice curly one. Let's have a look at that one. Ooh, I like that one. Just make it a bit smaller. And then I'm going to make it a bit bold. So click on bold, and then I'm going to change the colour. Let's change it to that nice dark reddish colour, like so. And there we have it. So that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and then until the next time, bye for now.